I'm Sarah Cloutier. I am the program manager for the Safe Step Turning Point in Residential Resource Center 4 in Holyoke. So a Residential Resource Center is a place that is a resource for a family. So when you say shelter, I think that families get labeled and they get a little bit anxious or feel negative about themselves when they're saying they're living in a shelter. But when you call it a resource center, it's somewhere like where you're going for help, where you're going for assistance, where you're getting the resources that you need to move on and get over the barriers that you're going through right now. The families that come through come with an array of challenges. From evictions to job loss to natural disasters. That's why some of them are with us. To help them overcome those and to overcome, maybe it's just a personal goal for themselves to get their GED or get a job or get their children into school or into daycare. Those small things add up into big things to help them move on, to become stable. I think that the stigma sometimes of living in shelter or being homeless is a challenge on its own. People have views about who is homeless or what type of people are in shelter, and they're just people that have had a really bad point in their life.
My name is Jacqueline Cotto. I'm living here in a shelter with my 17-year-old son and my 5-year-old son. To have a roof over our head means everything to me because I could cook for my kids. I don't have to worry about people yelling at my kids or yelling at me, telling me what to do, or don't dirty this or don't dirty that. It's just like I feel stable here with my kids. The first time I was placed in the shelter in the past, they have put me with another male and their child, and it was one of the worst experiences of my life. Now that I'm here, I have a little bit more freedom and I have my privacy, like my kid got his own room and I can actually take a shower without worrying about who's outside of the door.
The residential resource centers are meant to be a resource for our families. So if somebody's having a hard time with, food, they don't have their food stamps or they ran out of cash or whatever it may be, we're able to supply them with gift cards to local grocery stores, to Walmart. We're also able to provide them with bus passes and gas cards if needed, if they need to get to work or to a job interview or to their children to school. We hook them up with some of our programs that we have within the agency, such as Secure Jobs, and really help them kind of get a lot of tools under their belt so that they can move on. The different styles of shelters that we have here at Wayfinders are, we have congregate, we have co-housing, and then we have scattered site, which is individual apartments. Congregate is when they have their own individual bedroom, but they're sharing a kitchen, a bathroom, and common spaces with other families in a large setting with 24-hour staff. Co-housing is when they are sharing an apartment with another family. So it might be like a 2-bedroom or a 3-bedroom apartment that they're splitting an apartment with another family. So they're sharing their kitchen and bathroom with that person, and then there's staff there for 24-hour coverage. And then there's scattered site. So scattered site shelter units are throughout Springfield and Chicopee. So those units are usually 2, 3, and 4-bedroom units, and they're meant for larger size families, so they have their own space.
Hi, my name is Rick Santiago, Program Manager for the Residential Resource Center 3 at Wayfinders. Here at our Residential Resource Center 3, we are what's considered a congregate model where the families have their own individual units, but they share the common space and they share the kitchen area. So once a family arrives here upon entry, we provide the families with the bed linens, toiletries, just to kind of get them started. Again, it's all about meeting the family where they are at that moment. Some families come in here with absolutely no income and no food, so we'll provide the families with gift cards just to get them started if they're in the process of registering for cash benefits through DTA.
My name is Jeanette Vigo and I am the Vice President of Residential Services. At our Residential Resource Centers, we provide wraparound services on site to be able to meet the families where they're at. We provide services in financial education, parenting, medical and behavioral services, basic life skills, healthy relationships, and workforce development cohorts facilitated by our Secure Job program. Our residential resource centers were designed to be a one-stop shop to provide services to participants that would otherwise be unattainable. Our goal is for our participants to gain the necessary skills that they'll need to remain stably housed when they find an apartment and exit our program. This past summer, we were fortunate enough to receive some funds that allowed us the opportunity to enroll children who are living in our residential resource centers in summer camps and extracurricular activities. Without these funds, families would not have the financial means to be able to enroll their children in these type of programs. Having the opportunity to provide these services on an annual basis would allow children to continue to have some normalcy in their lives while living at our centers.
Families can stay with us I've had somebody stay with me for only 3 weeks. It was quick, she needed somewhere to stay with her, for her and her child before she moved into her apartment, like getting that kind of going for her and helping her with those resources. And then we have people that are with us for over a year. And those families are usually the ones that are larger. The housing market is not out there. It's just really challenging to find a 4-bedroom apartment that's affordable. So we really try to help these families become, successful and move on to, continue their life without, hopefully, never having to face this barrier again. We want to make sure that they have all those resources to be the best that they can be.
I couldn't believe they put me in a place which was my hometown, and not only that, but they actually put me in a beautiful place, and they made me feel comfortable. They made me feel at home. I didn't feel like I'm in a shelter, So I appreciate that a lot from the staff of Wayfinders.